Pokemon has made a huge mistake with these new ultra premium products, and I'm worried this is just the beginning, because these terrible products reflect a change in behavior we've seen from the Pokemon Company, and this has gradually evolved into behavior that now hurts the long term of the Pokemon hobby. So, yeah, this video is going to be a bit of a rant. Buckle up, I guess, because we need to understand what the Pokemon Company is doing and what the average collector and investor should do about it to get the most for their hard-earned collecting dollars. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TCG Buyers Club. My name's Gray, I buy cardboard, and I make collecting and investing in Pokemon simple. So, what if I told you that you could spend $100 and 5 years later you would have $750? A 750% return over 5 years? That equates to approximately 50% compounded annually over those 5 years. Of course you would take that. And that's exactly what you'd have received if you bought the Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection for MSRP when it was released back in November of 2019. This $99 product now sells for $750 or more on TCG Player as of September in 2024. And this is just one example of modern ultra premium collection boxes performing incredibly well. But why did this happen? Well, look, I wasn't collecting during this time, but from what I can tell, the product simply wasn't produced in very large quantities. For most of Pokemon's history, collectors kind of ignored these types of high-priced collection boxes, and Pokemon didn't print that much of them. Now, Hidden Fates was an extremely popular set at release, and my understanding is these ultra premium collection boxes sold really well at the time. But the relatively low supply allowed the product to appreciate a lot in the time since. And this is what sets the stage for the huge mistake we're seeing today. Because the success of this ultra premium product and a couple other examples that have followed have triggered a massive change in the behavior of Pokemon Company that I think is starting to turn into a disaster. But before I get to this disastrous change in Pokemon, if you like this kind of detailed Pokemon analysis, don't forget, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you won't miss my next video. Okay. The disastrous change by the Pokemon Company really starts in October of 2022 with the release of the now infamous Charizard UPC. Because as we've explored, up to this point, collectors had learned to expect that these ultra premium products were produced in relatively low quantities. But they were also becoming well aware of the performance of these past products and just how valuable they are today. And with the massive influx of new collectors who came in during the pandemic boom, these collectors were very focused on the monetary value of Pokemon. Well, the market was now extremely eager to get their hands on these kinds of premium products. But what the market didn't expect was that the Pokémon Company International had caught on. They knew the market would devour huge quantities of a product like this, and they were prepared. The print volumes of the Charizard UPC are now legendary. The product launched at prices as high as $200 or more, but tanked in the months that followed to prices as low as $89. And the supply was so large that by the time it started reaching those bottom prices, it stayed there for ages. And this is the change in the Pokemon Company. They were prepared to massively print these kinds of premium products. But that's not actually the disaster I'm talking about, because this has only just started to reveal itself. It's not just that the Pokemon Company is willing to print huge quantities of these kinds of premium products. It's the fact that they're starting to get greedy and seem to be willing to release any kind of premium product just to make a quick buck. Products that are so bad, they never should have existed. And look, if you've been following the news, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Greninja EX Ultra Premium Collection and the Terapagos EX Ultra Premium Collection. two recently announced products that, in my opinion, are so awful they never should have existed. Both of these will retail for 120 USD, just like past UPCs like Celebrations, Charizard, and the 151. But unlike those past products, they just have trash promos. So instead of providing collectors something truly unique and desirable to add to their collections, they instead look like a cash grab by the Pokemon Company that's just exploiting the market's new demand for these kinds of high-priced products. The Greninja EX UPC includes one metal variant of the otherwise standard Terra Greninja EX, and also comes with one standard copy of each of the Terra Greninja EX and the standard Greninja EX. These are just horrible. And it's just been revealed that the Terapagos EX UPC is going to contain two gold EX cards and one full art EX card. Compare this to the three special alt art Charizard cards in the Charizard UPC, or the great illustration rare cards from the 151 UPC. These are simply not the same. And it's this change that I think represents such a big risk to the long term of the Pokemon hobby. And look, I understand that it's possible nothing could come from these kinds of decisions, and I'm over-exaggerating the effects of these products. I just don't like seeing the Pokemon Company make what I view as short-term, cash-grabby decisions. They really shouldn't be releasing pointless products like this. Because Pokemon has this very important but very difficult job. They need to create great products that keep their collectors and fans happy and motivated to buy new products. But they also need to produce them in volumes that make them widely available and relatively affordable, but not so widely printed that they never appreciate. A huge driver of that desire for the market to keep buying new products is the trust that they will appreciate in value at least a little over time. But maintaining this balance requires what I think is true integrity and respect from the Pokemon Company. And to me, these products represent the complete opposite of that. These aren't products that are created by a company that truly cares about and wants to nurture their fan base. They're products created by nothing more than marketers who want to take advantage of an opportunity they see for short-term profit. Because in my opinion, there is literally no downside to not releasing these products. Let's say instead of producing them, they just printed a few more booster boxes or ETBs of the popular sets they're releasing. These are sets that are actually succeeding in the market right now. Recent sets like Twilight Masquerade. It could absolutely see a small lift in print waves without destroying the value of the set. It's been doing exceptionally well. And I think if that's what the Pokemon Company chose to do, they would be supporting the long term of the hobby instead of just releasing this kind of garbage. But I want to hear what you think. I know nobody watches this far into my videos, so if you're still here, drop me a comment with the code word stinky UPCs, and I'll know you made it this far. And also, let me know what you think about these new products. Because I know these products don't actually threaten the future of Pokemon, but they do expose what I worry is the worst part about the Pokemon Company International. It's a company of marketers. They don't actually design the trading card game or any of the cards within it. They just repackage them and brand them in the hopes of selling as much as possible. And that's what makes me nervous. Now, I promised I'd provide my opinion on these products and what collectors and investors should do about them. So here it is. Just don't buy them. At least, not until they're dirt cheap. Because I think it's inevitable that that happens. And if you still want them as a collector or investor, I mean, go for it. There's nothing wrong with adding these promos to your collections, and the variety of Scarlet and Violet era packs aren't bad. But even when these products are cheap, I think a lot of the market would rather just have something better from the Scarlet and Violet era. And I wouldn't blame you for skipping these entirely. And if most of the market agrees, maybe Pokemon will get the message and will stop creating these kinds of crappy premium products as a short-term cash grab. Maybe they'll actually build a better long-term future for the hobby. So look, if you liked this kind of detailed analysis and commentary on the Pokemon market, Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos. And, as usual, thank you so much for tuning in to the TCG Buyers Club. My name's Gray, I buy cardboard, and I'll see you in the next video.